Full disclosure notice, GAMINGtruth received a free copy of this game for review purposes. Serious Sam Double D XXL is an exercise in excess. This Xbox Live Arcade port of the 2011 PC title, Serious Sam Double D, brings more enemies, more missions, and of course, more guns. With XXL, developer Mommy's Best Games tries to bring all the carnage of the 3D Serious Sam games to a 2D side-scroller, but unfortunately with mixed results. But let's start with the good. The first thing players will notice is that the default control scheme uses almost no face buttons. Players never have to take their thumbs off the analog sticks to do anything they need. The left and right triggers make Sam jump and shoot. The left bumper makes Sam throw down a jump pad that both Sam and enemies will bounce off of upon contact, and the right bumper switches between gun stacks. Gun stacks are loadouts literally made up of guns stacked onto each other. Players can take the weapons they acquire throughout the game and stack them up so they all fire at once. Stacks can hold up to 6 weapons and you'll never have to worry about reloading them. Players need to find hidden connectors spread throughout levels before stacking more guns, but aside from that, there are no other limits. If you want to stack 6 rocket launchers onto each other, then more power to you. It's a surprisingly elegant and easy to use system, even though only 2 or 3 stacks are enough to beat the game with. Each individual weapon can hold 1 upgrade, which players can purchase from the in-game shop. Upgrades include everything from modifiers that let you hover while firing, to making the grenade launcher shoot flesh-eating insects. Their effects are immediately noticeable, and it's a total blast to use your new gear to run down waves of enemies. But that's where things start to go south. As much fun as it is to light up enemies, it does get draining after a while. For most of a level, you're just running forward while shooting, until you end up in a huge room with tons of enemies, or a boss fight, in which case, you start running backwards while shooting instead. There is some enemy variety, but it doesn't matter much when the same tactics work well against all of them, especially with the simple enemy AI. Whether the enemies are monkeys with rocket launchers, dinosaurs, or Vuvuzela playing pancakes, all you need to do is maintain distance to win. The sections designed to break up the monotony aren't much better either. Vehicle levels change things up a bit, but are too short and near impossible to fail. There are also some areas that require timing-based platforming, but Sam's movements aren't tight enough to warrant them. Oftentimes, these areas end up being more frustrating than anything. Then there's a checkpoint system. Players will find themselves hitting checkpoints while they're still shooting their way through hordes of enemies. If a player dies shortly after hitting a checkpoint in the middle of a firefight, they're doomed to repeat the painful situation over and over until they clear all the enemies. Loading screens between every respawn make it even worse. To be fair, the game does keep track of a few previous checkpoints, and it even recommends that sometimes players should go back a checkpoint or two, but that's just not good design. Players shouldn't have to undo progress because there are save points in inconvenient areas. The main story lasts about 45 hours, and there are plenty of Easter eggs hidden throughout the levels. There are also unlockable challenge arenas, local 2-player co-op, and the ability to revisit older missions with all your gear, so you get some bang for your buck. We give Serious Sam Double D XXL a 6.5 out of 10. It's ultimately the most fun when played in short bursts. Shooting waves of enemies with 6 guns at once is pretty fun, but only for so long before it becomes exhausting, and the design flaws become too apparent. No amount of players, enemies, or even guns can compensate for that. For more coverage on the latest games and industry news, visit GAMINGtruth.com. Thanks for watching.